Welcome back, folks, to Full Throttle here on the heavybass channel. Last time, the Poyahoga Gorge Bridge was blown up by the trucker that we tried to kill, but a new enemy decided to do that for us, known as the cave fish. They are the next issue when it comes to they're the next obstacle for our hero to face. But in the guise of 3 things to do in this game, and quite a bit, this is the LucasArts way of doing it. This is the Poyahoga, well, you know, Professor Schmetterling's experimental flying suit. These are all the people that tried to cross the gorge's many casualties. Ricky Mines was gorge jump.
This is the last picture ever taken.
Well, that looks like a reference to the jumping the Poyahoga Gorge is highly illegal and dangerous. The bridge, unfortunately.
We recommend the recently constructed Poyahoga Gorge Bridge for transgorge
now the
travel.
bridge has been taken out, I'm assuming it's not going to come back to anyway. But here, tightrope walkers, hang glide cannons, human cannonballs.
Many have tried to cross the
Poyahoga Gorge, and many have failed. However, Mickey Martin, the flying torch, jumped the gorge on a stock Corley motorcycle, except for the fact that he modified his Corley with a hovering device,
with a pre-regulation destroyer class solid
recoil booster, and an automotive hover lift. That's 2 things.
Myron said he would gladly replicate the jump to clear his name, but his specialty ramp was stolen by a mysterious truck hijacking motorcycle gang.
Everything that we need. So, we need a recoil booster and a hover lifter, and we need to find them.
Thanks for the tip, Rick. You're right, though.
And he'll need the ramp. So that's 2 or 3 things needed for this episode. 3 things needed, so that's basically what we need to go through. Luckily, we already know where we can get one of the items already. And because of our actions in the last episode, we managed to get our hands on that first one. But we don't want to go down into Mine Road yet. We don't want to do that yet. However, we do want to make an effort to go into, well, we do want to make an effort to go right here. Crash car of Ripburger's goons. They will instead have that, but that's a hovercraft. Whilst it doesn't have what it needs, taking the car will make it very therapeutic for Ben.
I don't touch anything without wheels.
Now,
that's trash.
Since the hovercraft is essentially trashed, we do need to use the tire iron and basically get the very thing that basically keeps the thing functioning, which is you know, the boost item. So when we attach the hovercraft unit to the Corley,
looks okay for an aftermarket part.
But we have our first piece of
I don't
Corley.
walk.
So we have 1 out of 3 things. The problem is, though, the next 2 items, which is the booster and to get our hands on the cave fish, we have to go through the cave. We have to essentially go through the Corley bit. We have to go through Mine Road anyway, and that's the longest segment in the game, which is equivalent to Full Throttle is equivalent of the the insult sword fighting challenge, and if I remember correctly, and I do, it was a pain in the fucking neck. But the good news is we have our first piece of the thing. The bad news is that Mink Farms is now practically practically the whole thing is useless since, well, Maureen was hiding there using her bike, and well, she is a member of the Vultures.
The
barn is locked. Why the barn is locked? But there's nothing here, and there's no reason to go back because the police barricade would effectively still be there, but there's no reason to go back. We have to go forward. We have to understand video game logic after all.
Not going back that way. Too many cops.
As Ben said, there's too many police. Like I said, this is just basically a good amount of filler episode for here. But since we're pretty much done with this bit of the episode entirely, I do believe we'll be heading back to where we, before we go and do the whole bit of the mine road, which I've stated probably earlier is basically a 10, 11, 12 minute video, which is basically going to be where we're going to be getting the next bits of our next bits. Because in order to access the cave fish, we need to do a few extra things, like so. Which is not the smartest plan in the world, but you don't want to do the, basically you just don't want to do the rest of the video and all that stuff. We can go back and take a look at this stuff as well. That's more or less what happened here. I don't know why, but I just feel like going back up the road. We're gonna head back to the ranch, and we're going back to the main ranch. We're gonna stop there for the episode. Feels a bit weird, but there's gonna be a lot of things that we need to do, and Mine Road is gonna be a lot of prep work. Is a lot of prep work in mine, because basically, remember, there's a lot of things I have to mention about that one as well. Is that it is a pain in the neck. It's, in my opinion, a big, massive pain in the neck. There we go. Now that we got that sorted, the video ends, and I'll see you all next time, folks. Bye for now.